I think, first of all, let me tell you that Western societies or the Western culture and the Asian culture, when we see that, there is a basic difference between, I'm not talking about Spain, but generally in Western societies, what we see that Asian society generally more religious, inclined to religion, whether that is Islam, whether it is Hinduism, whether it is the religion followed in Japan and in China. Politics is also dominated by religion. But as far as the West is concerned, it is not that much religious. You do not find religion in the mainstream groups. Now it is, if you go and read the newspapers and to find the political slogans, you will see the religion is also coming in. And not only coming in, but also some of the parties, they have their issues on the basis of religions. So you'll find in Denmark that where I am working for the last 2 years, you will find in Denmark that there are parties, and they are right-wing parties. They are saying that Muslims, they should be expelled from here, and they do not have any right to live here in Denmark. So they don't know anything about democracy or how to live in Denmark. They are not being integrated. It gives me the idea that how much misunderstandings there are on the both sides, not only on the Muslim side, but also on the Western side. There are so many misunderstandings which we need to overcome. There was a time when we were using this term Islam and the West. Islam is a one entity, the West is something else, like Barcelona versus Real Madrid. So it's like that, you know that how much crucial these matches are. So it's not like that now. Now the whole new last 30, 40 years, but particularly last 30 years, I would say the new dimension has becoming, now people are talking, especially Muslims, Islam in the West, not and the West. So the Muslims have very strong presence now in Europe. So the Muslims, what they are saying today, that we are Muslims. Of course we're Muslims, but we're European Muslims. We belong here. We've been born here. The basic idea was to earn and to go back. Earn some money and go back with your own country, go to Pakistan, go to India, Bangladesh, go and have a good life. But when they came here, in European, in this continent, they found a lot of opportunities. They found a lot of money. They found a lot of rights which they were not having in their own Muslim countries. Free speech, the right of free speeches, and the civil rights and some civic rights. They've got too many rights here. They were not being even thinking about in their own country, especially the Arabic background countries. They were not having these rights. But then when their families came also after them, the family followed them, and then the kids followed them after that. But when the second or third generation came up, they said, we are not fit there. We cannot speak their language. We do not know their culture. We know the language of Spain or UK English or German or French. We're not fit there. We're not going back. And that is also in the terms that a big shift, I would say, in terms of that the indigenous Muslims, that those Muslims who were born in Europe and then they brought up in Europe. So that was it's a very amazing thing, I would say. I found out that there are a lot of misconceptions about what is going on in Europe. Today I was coming back in the plane, and somebody's sitting with me, a Danish guy. He said, we were just talking, I think I'm from Pakistan. The other question was, well, there are too many problems in Pakistan. So, this is how the conceptions are. So of course, there are problems in Pakistan, but when these problems you are making it so huge that it's covering the whole society or the country, that itself, what mindset you are having about a country or a society. So the same when we are coming here in Western society, that this is the West. When you find people drinking alcohol, they're not like this and this, very free society. So a lot of misconception. I would think this has to be bridged, and a lot of study, a lot of when I say that, a lot of serious thinking has to be going on, looking in the both perspectives. It's important. that Islam should not be looked, or the Muslim should not be looked at a security point of view, that you are a security threat, you've been observed and you've been watched, and your actions are not not been looked as a normal Danish or any other European person. So the Muslims need here confidence, and as much as you need on others. So what is the explanation or the definition of integration? So itself, I think it's very important, and the society has to be come up with the thinking or with a solution that how we can find out and how we can the Muslims that are coming in this part of the world, how we can integrate them and how we can include them, not to exclude them. Muslims are trying to build their own institutions in Europe. Institutions, when I say that, they're saying that they're saying that we are European Muslims. We do not look back to Pakistan, to Bangladesh. For example, I am an imam. I am a religious scholar, for example. And I came from Pakistan all the way, and to tell the Danish people, Danish Muslim, that how Islam is all about. Look at the question. I'm born in Pakistan. I raised up in Pakistan. I've been educated in Pakistan. And then I'm telling the Spanish people that this is Islam. Of course, I can tell them basics, but I don't know that what the problem they're having. What problem the youngsters they're having, the girls they're having, I do not know. So when I come here in Denmark or in Spain or France or Germany or UK, so what I will do? I will apply the same solutions what I've been taught in Pakistan, in Spain. That may not go right, that go wrong. Let me ask you a question. Maybe you can ask, but let me ask this question from you. That how many institutes in Spain they are making any of the Muslims that in future, 5 years, after 5 years, he will be becoming an imam. He will be taught here, he will be taught what Islam is all about, and 5 years he will be coming and leading in the masjid, and then letting people know that this is Islam. I'm afraid that there may not be any, because I'm discussing with this Danish Ministry of Integration, and I'm saying that why you are calling imams from Pakistan and Turkey? You should have imam from here. They said, well, unfortunately, we do not support religious people, so we cannot support them to come up and go and have some religious education like an imam or a priest, and then you can come up and become a priest or imam. So we need here in Spain or England, France, Germany, the people who are born here, and then they know about Islam, and then they come up and lead people.